is. Good to go. All right, I will call this meeting for the Kiowa Water and Wastewater for March 14th at 6 p.m. to order. So we have the agenda. Are there any changes, additions, or corrections?
I don't see any.
Would you make a motion to approve the agenda?
I so approve the, approve the, yeah, the agenda.
Okay, tell me he's got that. How about you second?
So moved. Second.
Changes, additions, or corrections to the minutes?
Since I wasn't here, so I'm gonna have to let the.
Oh, you're right.
And
Tim?
Debbie, you guys are going in and out on us.
What happens when you get warmer?
It gets better. Yeah. I'm just blaming everything on Megan's one. Hey, they're still regrouping. I'm sure. Is that any better? Is that any better, Tim?
Got worse.
Yeah, how?
A little bit. Nothing now.
Oh, that's an owl.
Yeah, if you watch it. Yeah, whoever's talking.
Not.
Now he's picking on it. Yeah.
Obviously.
Hi, Tim. Nothing? Oh, you heard that. Okay, I need a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
Somebody besides me.
Jay,
Sure, I'll second it. It was a blind second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We lost three. Okay.
Did we totally lose again?
No, Tim's here, three's are gone. Oh. So, guys will see your financials in your packet. Couple of things that automatically just jump out at you. Right off the bat, that's a problem, gotcha.
Okay.
So, right water engineers, a lot of, you'll see it's a negative. We can go through the general ledger, but I think most of that is gonna be reimbursement stuff, county bills, stuff like that. It's actually. But some of it is from last year that they have now. So we have the. Good. The other thing, we need to discuss and keep on our mind is our White Bear ankle to knuckle bouldering is at 8633 and we budgeted 8,000. So, and I don't see that going down anytime soon until some things are resolved.
Where do we need to add more?
No, we'll just know that we have exceeded the budget on that. And because we set ours up with our contingency the way it is, we don't have to do a total budget revenue, as long as the total is full. So in at this point. And you'll see that extra $2,000 was outside of normal contracts for ARP.
That's
To repair. To repair it. And getting the system back up and all. Everything else is pretty straightforward. Now, we did not budget anything for that RVS software on page 2.
Oh, wow.
And it's $926.
We should have, that's their annual update.
Yeah, we don't have anything that it'll be any. So we said make sure that we do that, because I compared this to our budget year to year.
So what do you need for these lines?
Nothing,
Nothing?
because we're still bottom line, we're not over on bottom line. So I just want you guys to have notes on those, because we don't have it in like a spreadsheet where you're seeing the budget next week.
Just out of curiosity, why is the bank charging this?
So aren't some of those EFT fees that, so EFT fees are gonna be like, well, those go through Expressway because the people pay it when they pay it. So it might be bounce checks. We've actually had a couple of bounce checks.
No. not
It happened.
Iowa.
I mean, it does happen, but not.
Yeah. Well, but since the first of the year.
Yeah.
I mean, so like that would be like a $9 or $15 charge. Yeah, so that would be kind of different.
So it's not because we don't work below $1,000.
No. No, your balance is actually. So that's. I don't remember what it is. So that is George Rowley and Aaron Stutz that are representing us. That's okay.
It's all right. These are just asked. We'll just see.
Tim, did you have any questions, or Teresa, any questions on the profit and loss statement in your packet?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so do I have a motion to approve the financial statement as presented January through March 13th?
I so move.
Motion and a second to approve the profit and loss statement January 1st through March 13th, 2023. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, so staff reports in your packet. You have a report from Paul. The elbow, he's waiting till warm weather. Has to be above 60, and CNC has looked at it and they will put it on. Actually, they're also going to look and see. The elbow has been previously repaired once as a fiberglass repair. CNC's trying to get info on whether or not we can repair it and send that over.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that would save us some considerable money. The display was warranted and it is back installed. They got the well pumps all certified and so now calibrated, so we're hoping, which it looks like. Have you talked to him, Kim, since Excel was out here, or Velocity, and pulled that pump? Because they were out here last week.
They were, he came to the office yesterday.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Hey, Paul.
So Velocity is going to make sure the wiring is correct first, because Evoca, the company that oversees the SBR, said that it's possible that one of the wires is not hooked up correctly, and that's giving a false alarm. So they're going to check that first. If that checks out okay, that the wires are currently wired correctly, then they're going to come out in a week or so and pull the pump and take it in to have it looked at.
And did we get the new clay valve installed on that 8-inch?
Yes. So they're all three of the 3 inches are installed and 1 8-inch is installed, and that's the one up by the townhome 619 County Road 45.
Your checks are in that folder, your financials reflect the cost of that, without going into,
Oh, good.
that's what I'm saying.
Hey,
Um,
Paul, how come, my water's tasted like chlorine here lately?
I'm not sure. I'll have to check on that. It shouldn't.
Wrong side.
We're getting it stronger at the office too.
Okay, we'll look into that.
Have you noticed it making difference on your pressure at Pond Valley?
You know, I've spoken with a couple people and they said it has made a difference. I don't know, Eric lives over there. How's your pressure?
Yeah, it's better. I think still, depends on the time of day. If that's, not supposed to happen, then you probably need to crank it up about 50, 60 pounds, you know. Oh, I'd love to have one of them kind of showers.
And your meter installs are going okay? You got some scheduled?
Yeah, we've already installed 8 so far, and we're going to continue installing until we get all of Shasta complete, and then we'll move on from there.
Awesome. Anything else we need to know about Paul that we're,
No, I don't think so. I think that's all we have for right now.
Did we flush, fire hydrants in February?
No. Just after the main break was the last time we flushed.
Okay. We only lost 6.18%.
That was January, probably.
yeah.
Flip it to the other side, February was 9. But so
I
you
like
can
this January
see,
better.
yeah.
And that's better than.
But we don't
under
want
10.
January.
I think Paul was saying that if we can stay under 10, that's really good.
Yeah,
So,
And in January, they calibrated the meter and we had to start with a new reading on it. So we're not sure if we believe January. February
We'll take it
should be pretty
anyway.
accurate though, because everything
Yeah, we'll
is
take it.
in, yeah.
exactly. Well, I don't have anything more for Paul.
so would it be acceptable? Because we have Paul on here, that we rearrange our agenda a little bit to move the ORC contract up to do it with Paul's report.
Sure.
Is that acceptable? Okay.
Okay.
So, and I apologize because I did not. George, hey, Paul, I sent your contract over to George and Aaron to review.
Okay.
I did get his answers late today. So he did have a couple of questions for you. Sorry, trying to find it. We would like to add the meter reading to your contract for 23. Is that acceptable?
Yes.
Okay, and we'll list the fee and everything in there.
Okay.
Then he was going through the scope of work. I sent him the scope that went out when we bid it out the very way back when, what was the other company? Semicor
Okay.
had it. So there's a couple of things in there that we wanted to add to the scope of work, just so that it's called out a little clearer.
Okay.
And I can email those to you. I apologize, I didn't get them to you.
That's fine.
Then like on the report thing where you were adding the report, it doesn't say to who or for what. So we need to call that out.
You mean more descriptive?
More descriptive,
Okay.
just so we know what the requirement is.
You know about the annual report?
Yes, it just says annual report. It doesn't really say to who or what. So,
Okay, yeah, that's fine, I can add that.
He's just preparing it, or is he submitted it too? Because it says prepare, and say submit.
I think well, see, when we did that description scope of work, I don't think that was required and the other company was doing it.
Right, I'm just saying right now, because I added that on there, number 6, prepare it, but I didn't put submit it, and you're saying add submit it on there, so I didn't know if we were submitting it or Paul submitting it.
So,
No,
Paul,
I submit it,
yeah, Paul should probably submit it.
so we can add that to the contract as well.
Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to get the rest of his email.
You're doing good, you got plenty of time.
Can we also add in there's no requirement, on your contract for licensure, what the level of licensure and the parties that work for Headway's licensure?
Yeah, I can add that.
Okay. And I can have George add this stuff. He didn't mind. It's just, then the one that stumped me the most, I was a little worried about it. It says, that Headways will have the use of subcontractors will be used and at the expense of KWWA, which is fine. But can we put something in there about requiring approval from someone in a bid process?
Oh, absolutely.
So let's say he hires Velocity. It's our expense, but he's hiring them, and it calls out in the contract that it would be him hiring them at our expense. It just doesn't say how or who approves it. It's never.
So, and perhaps a dollar amount unless an emergency situation.
Okay.
Because when you read that off, I was under a different impression. I thought it would be like subcontractors to do fixing and repairs. I didn't
Yeah, it would be
realize.
like CNC when he has
Right.
CNC or Velocity or anybody else, that he has the right to subcontract work
Sure.
and it's our expense.
What about taking care of the water and making sure the minerals and everything are correct?
So this would just be repairs. So we should probably call out that I mean, I don't know, does it say repairs?
It says maintenance needs.
So,
Maintenance is pretty broad.
Right, I think that's what you're saying though, like the adding the chemicals and such, that's a maintenance of his.
Right. so we would we'll just kind of tweak that to where it narrows it down to repairs and a bid process with approval by KWWA. Would that
Okay.
be,
Yeah, that's fine.
that kind of makes sense, Paul?
Yeah,
It's how-
absolutely.
Anyway, it's just calling it out.
Right.
Okay. Did you guys have it come across Tim, did you come across anything that you were questioning? Or Teresa?
No, nothing material, but we'll mainly rely on George's review.
Oh, I'm good too.
Annette, any no? I'm good. Anything else we were?
I can't think of anything, but if you keep talking, I'll find something.
Okay, so those are the things. I'll get with him. Let me talk to George after he goes through, and then I'll let you and Paul, we can all kind of, maybe we can plug it in. That all of us would agree and save that money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Is there, what's the percentage of increase from Paul?
$100 a month.
$100 a month.
Oh, that's pretty cheap.
So I don't think it's worth going out to bid.
Oh,
For
no.
$100, he's done us a great job.
Yeah.
So, so can I,
Entertain a motion for what?
Well, I can't really because I need a revised contract. So I need a motion to table the Are you okay, Paul, if we table that contract for next month and I'll sign it?
Yeah, that's
after
fine.
we-
So how about we approve it subject to to legal counsel's final review?
Yeah, no, then if you guys have, then I don't, yeah, all right. Because we haven't had a signed contract since.
So Tim's comment was approved, subject to legal review.
That we could do. Whatever you'd like to do.
Will you say that again?
So
Go ahead.
we can approve subject to George's final legal review.
I'm comfortable with that.
Is that your motion?
I'll second it. Ken moved it, I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the contract with the changes discussed per legal review. There you go. All those in favor?
Aye.
Asha, you are up.
Hey, all I have is the.
Thank you, Paul.
You're welcome.
Very good. At 6% loss. And then February up to 9. The February one should really be pretty accurate. Meters have been calibrated. The well meter read is started with a new number. So that looks pretty good. Don't have anything else, really everything's.
February report. Do we really and truthfully have 15 accounts that are over 60 days past due?
We did, at the time that this was printed, we did. Several of
These
them,
are all of our past dues.
yeah, so several have made payments since then. But at the time that this was printed, that
So,
for some reason, well, and these are past 60, but in February, a lot of people had not paid the bill prior, like a lot of people that don't typically. We could just get short. Next people up look at payday stuff, so that number is bigger. And then it typically is. So if you're using Express Bill Pay, I see it the next day. I see everything the next day. Anything done on today, midnight to midnight, you get. So like payments that come in on the 25th, instead of the due date, I'm not gonna put them in the system until the 26th, but they're gonna show up as being paid. Right, still gonna show them as past due if they haven't.
so when it says turned off accounts 17,
Those are accounts, so some of those, a handful of those are the irrigation accounts, which are off now. And then there's a handful in there that were. A lot of them are. Accounts that if they're in there as deleted, so there's no information, but I can't make them not be there.
will it let you turn it, when it turns in as inactive? It won't let you.
So then they show up as terminated. But they're still in there, so like those accounts are still attached to an account that's. So. I can't just make them. Yeah. They can't just make.
But it really, it seems like it shouldn't show up as an account. That's weird, yeah, okay. Okay, well, I just.
Yeah. Yeah.
60 days.
They got one account, actually, they reached out to me. Just. So we're getting that squared away, but yeah, the time, like I said, February, but yeah, at the time that this was printed in February, more than usual that had a past due bill. But most of them have me. And actually just being at honey accounts. I need to be budget. Just macro power, just so you guys know, I'm sitting here looking at the power bill. Yeah, it's actually cheap. Well, yeah, but it's still way up. I mean, if you compare to last year, it's interesting. Might be running 2 SVRs instead of one. Just saying. They have, but it's just interesting when you look at the chart, it hasn't affected me. Okay. Kim, you are up for grant update. I have done a revision. Two letters to reach out to the fire department and yes. We are getting, I did reach out to them. Okay, did we reach out to the chief? Yeah, so we didn't discuss it. Yeah, because fire safety is critical and that should play a huge role. Okay, so, and then I sent you the fence. I know you were out sick, so. And then I also came across 3 other grants. Are you trying to write these yourself? Is what's her name helping? Rachel? We actually are gonna go to this project. So, cause I'm kind of, I'll be as honest with you. I did talk to Chief and Danielle to see if they would get together. I mean, they're both kicking butt on getting grants. And if I can't get it, I just feel like Rachel's, I don't know, like 10 years we've waited. So I'm kind of, and I know you've got such a full plate, I didn't know. So I want you to think of it. Let me know. This, right. And that's awesome. No, we agreed June of last year to start doing that. And I feel like once that. Well, for rural water stuff, there's like 3 of them out there and they expire March and April. I mean, for turn-ins. So I'm thinking if you guys are focused on the big one, maybe we hand off some of the smaller ones to try and get them to, I just don't want to miss out on, you've missed for so long. We can talk about it. See. Okay, so send me which ones you guys are scheduled to work on and let's powwow and see. I just see if she can meet. I
If she can meet the deadline, great. If not, then we'll hand it off to somebody else. You stop. Yeah, that's great. So send me which ones you guys are gonna meet on, and I will on each of the deadlines and stuff and make a list. And then you could be, email it to her and tell her whether or not she can make those deadlines. Okay. Okay, public comment. Would any of you like to make a public comment? Just want to make sure. Okay, old business, ordinance for water determinations and safety. To be honest with you, we've gotten. It's gonna have to be tabled because I gave them a list of the rights that needed to be. Town's gonna have to do. And figure it out. So, I would like a motion to table A. I have a second. Okay, all those in favor of tabling A, the ordinance determinations and the urban and safety.
Aye.
Okay. Cleanup of the operating. So. We got an email I received, it went to Kim and myself and George and Aaron. So the email is, and I told you guys this came in just that so she sent it to us. If I send this to you, Tasha, can you print it? And I sent it to Tim and Teresa. So the comments are at this point, that, yes, the water rights need to be conveyed to based on. So we have to there is a section that requires the town to maintain all facilities that and any extensions, renewals, enlargements, upgrades to facilities must be a separate agreement between the parties. There's some disagreements in that George doesn't. Yes, it does fall in agreement to be able to.
So,
Debbie,
Sorry, go ahead, Teresa.
I can barely hear you. The sound keeps fading in and out. I don't know if it's my machine or if it's you guys.
No, same for me. I think I missed a vote a minute ago.
Yeah, I can't hear you most of the time. I can't hear Tasha at all.
Right.
Ask her if she got your email.
Did you get my email I just sent, Teresa? I sent it to you and Tim.
Tim is nodding.
Yes, I did.
Okay,
Go down to wherever it was you just talked to us about.
about the contracts.
Yes,
Oh, okay, that's number 4.
number 4,
Uh,
let him know that, and her know that you're doing that again.
Okay, so in the operating agreement, it says, there's a section that says requires the town to maintain all facilities, extensions, renewals, enlargements and upgrades to facilities as an agreement between the parties. And they're stating that this was not complied with regarding the water well agreement and respective commitments. Well, George has gone through our contracts and he is comfortable with the ones that we have done and we are allowed to enter into them. If you remember correctly, we did the 100-year lease on the lot next to the fire station. We did the Elbert County service contract for service out for the road and bridge building. We've done several and he does agree, he feels that we are in our right. So
I'm sorry. Someone is objecting to that?
yes, it's
Who
in
is
that
that?
email that I forwarded to you as our correspondence. The town, it says that the town is delegated in our agreement to operate, maintain, and repair the water and wastewater facilities. I'm gonna let George address it.
Mhm.
So, and you've got the email, okay. So, George is in the process of that stuff, so that part will be okay.
So do you want to put this on the agenda for next month also?
Yes,
So would you like it tabled?
yes, please.
So it will table item number B under old business. Clean up operation agreement between town of Kiowa and the Kiowa wastewater authority.
So I have a motion and do I have a second?
I'll second it.
She's still having a lot of trouble hearing us and so
Is
is
it-
Tim.
Is it any better now?
It is a
Yes,
lot
it is.
better.
The
Thank you.
laptop sound was on, so I think it was trying to decide.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Thank you.
Okay. So did I do all those in favor?
Not
No.
yet.
Okay, all those in favor of tabling.
Aye.
Sorry.
Aye.
Okay. C is the rate study, and asset management, and Tim had shared this one with us.
It was bigger on the screen.
I know. Even
Than
if I
it is
hold it
when
way out, I
printed it,
can't.
Yeah,
I can read it, but man, I gotta get it close.
get your magnifying glass.
Tim, do you have anything you can share with us after because you have a little more knowledge of this?
What sort of color are you looking for?
Purple?
This was Rate Study Independence recently did. Dave Takata is our lead water engineer with MSK. He's the one who put this together. I think all of this is publicly accessible information. He just pulled all that together. The goal here was to save KWWA a couple bucks on hiring a third party to do the same.
Similar to what you did a couple years ago when you called all of the varying sizes that were similar size to us. Tim, do you know anything about what they do with, what's the one, where Petesio is? That development up there?
I do not. Are you talking about the one on 86?
Yeah, the one that Bill Spires up there, just kind of how their rates go, or how the ones over there on 154 Brittany Ridge.
So is that a public entity? Is that a quasi municipal entity?
Ooh,
I thought it was Bill's district.
is he a district?
Yes, ma'am.
It is.
So,
They tried to make me take his water, so yes, he is.
Does that, does that have a name?
It's Legacy Business Park
Summit.
Metropolitan or some,
is he Summit?
maybe he's Summit. 'cause
I
we're
think
Legacy
he's
across the
Summit.
street. Summit,
I
you're
think-
right.
Yeah,
I just asked
But
because I get
Legacy
realtors that call.
but
me.
Legacy,
Legacy gets water from Summit.
well, they have not been able to get water. That his whole thing is changing. That's why,
Good, because I fought to get my well.
that's why the concrete company has drilled a well,
Mhm.
and so has
They're not supposed to.
Leaks have drilled too. You know, the drill rig's been at Leaks for,
Oh, this is just right up here.
yeah, 6
It's
months.
right off of 33,
Yeah,
my backyard.
so.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
they
didn't
were not
realize that.
supposed to do that. They
Yeah,
were
I'm not
supposed-
sure what's going on. There's something about Bill could not provide them water without drilling another well, and he didn't have,
Yeah,
I don't know the details.
he doesn't have sufficient rights over that
Right.
because we had to fight.
Hmm.
He thought he had more than he had.
Okay,
But I'm not sure, I didn't know he was a district, so we might explore that just to see.
If you need the exact name, I have it. I can go back.
Yeah, if you
If
send
you'd
me-
email it to
email,
me,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
So this definitely gives us some information to go with. I won't tell you, I do know, I would like if you could reach out to Elizabeth and maybe Bennett.
well, that'll be some wild numbers.
Yeah, well, Elizabeth is now higher than ours.
Didn't we do this already? Paul?
We did a couple years ago.
You just want to see if it's.
Yeah,
Materially
because, yeah, if it's materially changed, just because we were exploring. Some of these grants ask if when the last time you did a rate study, so we can say we've done a comparison.
Did we ever look back through? A couple years back before we did that, I think it was before Tasha and Kim's time. That there was something from the state that would do the rate study for us at no charge.
There is something
Is that the
through,
DOLA thing?
that is part of a DOLA thing,
Uh-huh.
yes.
Now that
So
we're
I
back,
mean, we're talking like
that was a
3-4 years
yeah.
ago.
well,
yeah.
we were off of their list. Somehow our DOLA entity stuff
Yeah.
got lost or mixed up.
Hmm.
So we haven't been
I
sent
won't
anything by them.
speculate.
So now we're back.
Because they had offered a while
Yeah.
back and I don't remember way back then what other fishes we were frying that we
Yeah.
couldn't do that one.
Cause they do is it annual? They do it every year?
I don't know.
The thing that you sent me, Deb? It seems like it might be annually.
I honestly don't know, I
So-
can't remember, but we should look at that.
Yeah.
Do we have an obligation in the bond docs
No.
related to rates or rate studies?
No, not as long as we're meeting our payments. If we ask for a reduction or any kind of forgiveness, then
Then-
there would definitely be a rate study and a asset management. The asset management end of it, there's been a couple of Eagle County and another one I came across through DOLA's links that you could go through and get asset management books.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I think we definitely probably need to explore that, and it's something that we could sit down with Paul and say, okay, you know, fill this out. We've done these valves here, we've done these valves here. Because I really feel like we're just keeping our head above water on repairs.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
not able to set a 1-3-5 plan. there's just nothing left to do that.
So-
So,
Next question is, do we have a third-party obligation for a certain reserve amount? Said differently, does the bond doc say we need a 10% reserve account?
yes, and we are not, so we are meeting our payment reserve, but we are not meeting our asset management reserve.
Okay,
And they do know that through our audit.
okay,
So, and really in our budget, there's honestly no way for us to meet the asset replacement plan that they have in place.
Okay.
And still band-aid what needs to be band-aid.
thank you.
Yep.
Do you need any kind of motion for the rate study or as asset manager? Or manager?
I don't think I need a motion because it's going to move forward under old business because Tasha's gonna research.
Okay.
So D would be committee update. And do you want to speak to, it would be our committee that went to the town board meeting for Kiowa Creek,
Uh-oh.
Like a month ago?
yeah. I know it was before the wedding, sorry.
Oh, good Lord. I have wedding brain, for those
Um,
of you who don't know. I don't remember.
Honestly, it was pretty much all tabled at this stage of
Yeah, that's what I
the,
remember.
yeah, it was all pretty much tabled. There was a financial, a basic financial presentation. And then it was tabled and continues. I think it might be, well, it would be forwarded to their agenda if they do anything with it tonight. So we'll keep you guys abreast.
Awesome.
Nice
So-
job. Yeah, that was, new business. We already covered the ORC contract. Anything you guys would like to throw out that you would like moved forward for discussion?
Just that, the state will take care of the, settling of Highway 86 in front of the school. Because I know,
Yeah,
I've had several people ask me about it. I said that belongs to the state. The state said they'll take care of it.
kind of like they took care of the brick. Never mind.
Hey.
I know, I sip of your liver. So can we ask the town to send an email to the state and just ask them to see if they could put some fill in there and,
Doesn't necessarily have to be water. It could be.
preferably not, yeah, would be better than water.
I noticed
It
that
just
the other
is
day. yeah.
Thinking. So. Anything else?
You have correspondence, information, review and discussion.
I gave you guys your correspondence.
Cool.
We have been
Yes, you've been reviewed. I've emailed it to you guys and as I get more from George and Aaron, I will send it to you.
Great, then I so
Okay.
moved, adjourn this meeting.
Okay, I have a motion to adjourn
A second.
and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Bye.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.